Hi, it's Mark from Top Local. I'm here with my good friend Darrell Ross. He's a business coach here in Vancouver, and of course, he's a master networker. And he's going to talk about fear, feeling the fear and doing it anyway. How you doing, Darrell?
I'm well, thank you. How about yourself?
I'm good.
Yeah, so thanks. Yeah, it's come up for me this week. And so I usually talk about stuff that comes up for clients. So I'll be honest, it came up for me just some phone calls that I needed to make, and I could feel the fear coming. And yeah, as you said, feel the fear and do it anyway. And so you know, it made me think of what is fear. And fear, you're actually worrying about a negative income, right? And then I've heard this statistic, and there's lots of numbers out there, but 92% of what people worry about never happens. So if you've got fear about something, you're basically worried that they won't like you, or they're going to say no, or it's going to be a waste of time. We create all these stories. So it's a matter of just taking some kind of action. So moving towards what is the end goal. Feel the fear and do it anyway. So you have to make that call, then just make that call. If you have to make that video and you haven't done a video before, do that, whatever it is, as opposed to letting the fear or letting the worry stop you. And I know with a number of people, clients, myself included, sometimes it's just that the weight of what could possibly go wrong prevents you from taking action, and then all of a sudden time goes by. Here we are, it's already the end of the first week, 2021, first work week back. It's time to get out of the holiday slowdown and get things moving. And before we know it, it'll be the end of the quarter. And then before we know it, it's going to be 6 months into the year. So it's funny, I was literally, I can't remember who I was speaking with. I think it was you or someone, just you were just talking about already planning for the end of 2021, and literally we've just started. So it's a thing that can hold people back. And from a coach's perspective, the way a coach could help is that's someone that can help be your cheerleader, or you make yourself accountable to them. That might think that say, yeah, I'm scared of doing it, but I don't want to get on the phone with my coach again next week and say that I didn't make those 10 calls, or having an accountability partner or whatever. If you find that the fear is stopping you, that might be an option, is to have an accountability partner or a coach that helps you keep moving things along. So feel the fear and do it anyway.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't it be nice if we didn't feel that anxiety or fear or butterflies or whatever you want to describe it as? But that's just not how our neurology is set up. That's not how the body responds to any thought that we have that says, this is important. And so
Right.
your energy level will rise. It will. The norepinephrine and the dopamine start coursing through your body. Dopamine is released for external motivated kind of things that you want to have. If you successful get there, you get that really good feeling, yeah, I did it. And it's just natural. It's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So part of it is, for me, part of it is relabeling it. It's just energy. It's not, I'm afraid,
Right.
because those are really different. And then in chunking it down, making it a tiny goal, rather than looking at that call list. If it's cold calling of 50 calls I got to make today, or 100 or whatever, I'm going to make one. Let's get one under my belt, and maybe even make it to a friendly face, a friendly
Mm-hmm.
voice on the other side, and get that momentum started. Because now I've started the first one. It's like that exercise thing. The thought of that big long 10-mile run is too much, but you get the shoes on, you get out the door, and suddenly you started. And
Yeah.
now after a mile, you can have that thought, okay, do I do it? Do I go to the next telephone pole? How far do I go? And maybe that's all, that's what it takes, is one
Yeah.
little thing at a time. Chunk it down into smaller segments, and next thing you know, you're coming back home with a good sweat on,
Yeah.
or you've made it to the gym, or you've made all those calls. So yeah, that's my two bits on it. It's reframing it. It's just energy. You're going to feel it anyways. How can you reframe it to be a little bit more happy to start and get started with the smallest increment you possibly can, and then you've got momentum.
Yeah. And then I remember when you and I were talking about this before, more in relation to habits, but when you make that step, celebrate. I mean, even celebrate the small steps, just to kind of anchor that in, and then turn that energy into something that you look forward to.
It is a superpower to remember to do that, quite frankly. I mean, it'll make anything that's hard into something that you will relish doing over time, because you'll have created that neurology, that pathway in your brain will be there where you get that done and celebrate it. You'll get that dopamine rush. And it's just like having to check your phone on Facebook all the time, which, I don't use.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't recommend to anybody, but if it's something like that you're used to, that's what they've used to manipulate you by using those kinds of things. Well, you can do that to yourself and just get shit done that you really want to get done without it being fearful.
Yes. No point in living a life of fear and worry. It's not good for you.
And if somebody is, if it blows up, if you're making that call and somebody blows up, I've had that experience. What do you have to do? Well, the natural process of it would be you have to process the emotion that you feel about that. And the best and most effective way that we learn from animals, how animals deal with that kind of stuff, is movement, is, shake it out, rah, scream into your hand, into a pillow, rah, let it go. And just, it's amazing how little of that can just, it just relaxes you and lets that pump up of energy settle down. Start with your breathing, away you go from there. Now it's time. Oh, you know what? I'm going to make another call, because that last one, that didn't happen. On we go.
Yeah.
All right, Darrell Ross. He's a business coach, a man of many connections all around the world. If you want to connect with somebody, if you have a need for something, this is the guy to call. You can reach him at 604-218-4702. He can hook you up anywhere in Canada, North America, or even worldwide with somebody who can help you move your business forward. Or maybe you want to do a little bit more intense networking like that. He can hook you up there. Or if you need some coaching, morebusinessmorelifenow.com. Check out his website, or email him, Darrell, at morebusinessmorelifenow.com. Thanks, Darrell.
Thanks, Mark.